Hello friends and welcome. Alright, so today on the 61 Gravely Model L here, I'm changing the oil. Well, first of all, I put my front snow plow on it so we could jack it up so we don't have that mishap like we had in where I first got the machine, when I jacked it up and then it tilted. Alright, so I took the drain plug out. And it has one of these plastic washers on it that I'm not going to trust. It doesn't seem to be in too bad a shape. Any of you that follow me know that for now on, what I do is I use a crush washer. I ordered a whole bunch of them from Amazon. They were cheap. If you notice here, there's like a smaller part of a washer and then there's the bigger part. So what you want to do is you want to just screw it on here to where the smaller part's going to hit the bolt head. Because I don't want to take any chances, even though that plastic washer looks good. You know what we went through with a couple of these tractors, they were leaking and stuff. So we're guaranteed no leaks with this setup here. Also, I'm changing the oil filter and I'm using the Fram. It's a pH 8A. I don't know, I always hear stories, Fram this, Fram that, you know, no good, blah blah. I've been using Fram for over 30 years. I used them in my vehicles, I used them in the Graveleys, I used them in my Skag walk behind. That happened to take the same, I think it was a 3614 filter instead of paying $18 for one from the dealer and whatnot. I just put a Fram 3614 on the machine. Machine ran great the whole time right up until I sold it. So I never had a problem with Fram. Okay, so very importantly, you want to remember when you remove the old filter, make sure the gasket comes off with it. Because if you double gasket, as soon as you start up whatever you're working on, it's just going to blow the oil right out. What I normally do is I take the new filter and I'll fill the filter up with oil, and then I put a little oil around the O-ring, the gasket. Yeah, it's windy today. We only have like today and tomorrow, and then the temperature drops big time Sunday. So I'm trying to get as much done on this tractor today. I want to show you something else too in the meantime. Okay, so last time when we did the head gasket on this, I got ready to test drive it, and the starter clutch here was freewheeling. Okay, now there's a pin in here. That's for if you want to strap start it. What you would do is take the chain off and you can pull start it with the straps that you've seen me use. That was missing. This was tractor was sitting outside in the rain and all that. I don't know if water got in there. I don't know what happened with it. But what I did was I tried to just cheat. Some of you know what a pain in the ass it is to get this starter clutch off. So what I did was before I had another pin off another clutch I took. Before I put the pin back in, I took some brake clean and sprayed it in there, and I kept on turning this backwards here. I don't know if anything got in there. And then I dried it out. I blew some air in there, and then I dried it out, and then I sprayed some WD-40 in there, and then I just kept on rotating it this way. I don't know if it's going to work. What I have left to do is I have to put the new oil filter on it. I'm going to put some oil in it. I'd like to repair the hose going from here. For now, just repair the hose from here to the air cleaner housing. I may have another good hose. I showed you well, I don't know if I showed you the hose, but the hose has a big tear in the bottom. It looked like it caught fire or something at one time. But I think I'm just going to clean that hose up real good. I bought some electrical tape, some more, I'm just going to tape it up for now because I can't get to the back of the storage. Unfortunately, I have to leave the plows on the 2 tractors there because you never know what happens in March. Today is the last day of February, so tomorrow's March 1st. What else? I like to adjust the clutches on this. I'm getting the feeling that I'm going to fix this one up and keep it because it's an electric start. I'm not sure which tractor I'm going to sell yet. I have to decide between the 3 pull starts. I think I already decided, but the clutch has to be adjusted here. And then I don't like how this is here. This is supposed to go down and hit this guide here. Would somebody bent this guide up? I do have other rods. I might change the rods out because if I keep this machine, I might even have handlebars too. Look at this mess of a paint job, you know. Just, I don't know. I think 1964 Gravely's came yellow. If anybody knows, let me know. I know 61s weren't yellow, but it looks like somebody painted this with a brush, like the sulky seat here. I think I want this sulky to go with the 73 C8 that we're not going to restore it. We're going to leave it as is. And I was thinking of just stripping this all down and just paint the frame black and paint the seat white. I guess to go with the hood. I'm not sure. We didn't get to that. So what I'm going to do now is maybe I'll bring you along and adjust the clutch. We got a lot of stuff to do to this still. I have to do something with the battery hold down here. I usually use a Chrysler one. It has the 2 rods. One comes up this way, one comes up this way, and then the crossover piece. I don't know if I'm going to make the crossover piece like I did on a couple of them or just buy a new one from Napa. I want to take care of that. And then I have plans with the hood. I have to dig the hood out of the back, the other hood, the orange one. And then we're going to have to decide what color to paint that. You know, maybe red. I don't want to leave it orange. Maybe red or white. I'm not sure. The 61 Gravely that I sold was an electric start, and it had the sloped hood on it. And, you know, it's a shorter hood here that goes on here. And that yellow hood that's on this was probably off a different machine. I'm not sure. Let me know. I almost know for a fact that the 61, because when I got the 61 Gravely back in 1985, I just sold that about 4 years ago. Nobody ever did anything to that. It was just original, and it had that sloped hood on there. And I'll be back to you soon. Okay, so it's the next day now. It's March 1st. I was wrong about the plastic washer that was on the drain plug. It's a copper one, but to be on the safe side, we put the crushed washer in. Also, this PH8A fits old Chryslers and Ford. So what I did was I filled the oil filter up with oil and installed it, of course. And then I added 3 quarts of 1040 I put in it. Sometimes when the tractor start burning oil, I'll put like a straight 30 in or a 2050, but I don't have any problems right now with any of the machines. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull everything out of here, and then I have to get to the back to get the hood we're going to use for the tractor. And I do have one handlebar out here. It even has the throttle on it, and I want to see if I can find the mate to that. I stripped it off of a tractor years ago. And after I pull everything out of the back, you know, all the parts that we're going to need to carry on with this build here, I'll get back to you. Okay, so I got all the parts together. In the first video on the 61 Gravely, I'm going to show you on the 61 Postal here. There's 3 3/8 bolts You know, you have 9/16 heads, and there's supposed to be 3 that hold the wheel on. So I noticed on the right side of the 61 that it had 2 bolts in it, and then on the third one, it looked like it had 1 5/16 nut in the bolt. So we know as soon as we pull the wheel off, that's going to be trouble there. All right, so I have a carcass inside the storage in the back, and I took the hub off that. Okay, so I stupidly, you see the opening here? Never put one of the claws or jaws, whatever you want to call it, over here, because what happened was when I went to pull it off with the puller, I broke the hub. So what you want to do is you want to put the jaw in over here where the solid part is. You know, all around there's 3 jaws, 3 parts of the jaw. So I was able to get this off successfully because I wasn't stupid on this one here. So we got this for it. I dug out some handlebars in the back. This one's kind of bent. Everything gets bent up, I don't know how. And a couple of the rods here are bent, but I think I could bend them back, and they're not as badly bent as the ones on the tractor itself. And I dug out the orange hood that we used to have on the 73, but then we came across the period correct hood for that. I don't even know if you're in focus. It's over there somewhere. And let me know if you think I should paint the hood white or paint it red. What I'll do is I'll mask this off in here. I just want to keep this part orange like they normally are, and plus we got the decal here, so I'll just mask this off and leave it orange. It might look silly if we paint the hood red with this orange. It doesn't matter. I'll just pull off my stickers off here and we'll paint it. I'll probably put the stickers back on. All right, so we have my father's gravely here that we have to work on. It needs to be, the top end needs to be resealed, and it's not running right, so we have to take care of that. We have the 73, we're keeping that. The 67 L8, we're keeping that. Let's say, of course we're keeping this, even though it's a pole start, but it's a postal edition gravely. It has the tag on here. This is the sulky of the 57 that we restored. I'm starting to forget the years of these tractors. So here's the 67 right here. We still ain't finished this. I still have to get a decal for the hood, and I have to hook up the other piece that goes to this system. But I know this system, this generator here, only works on 6-volt batteries, but we're not putting a 6-volt battery on it. But I would like to get that situated. Okay, so here we have the 1969 Gravely LI. This is the tractor that's on my stickers and my logo, and it's a pole start. So since we have 7 Gravely's, I'm afraid this one, I don't know, I'm deciding, I think I decided that I'm afraid this one's gonna have to go. I know, I don't know. I hate to get rid of any of them at any time. Alright, so here we have the snowblower, Gravely snowblower that I never use. It's a snow cannon. That's sitting here. That should really be sold, but as I always tell you, if there's no snow in the forecast, you're not selling anything. But, and plus we got that dog eater along with the 61 that we're going to be working on. So the plan for me is to, I'm not sure of the story with this mower deck. I know it doesn't have a blade. I don't really know. I forget. I would have to look back on like 400 and some odd videos to try to find what was going on with this. Because I know I just painted it to put it on this tractor. You know, but this mower deck has the end up on there. We'll see if it works. I have to throw a blade on there and just sell it. Sell the tractor. I have to sell it with some kind of attachment on it. So, alright, so there's been enough talking here. We really got to get to work. I think I'm gonna put all this stuff away, and then I'll take the 61 off the trailer, and we'll do the hub today. Okay, we gotta get some hands-on work done in this video here. All there's been is talking. But, I mean, some of you that just joined the channel, you know, I'm just trying to explain all different things to you that we've done. And, you know, how to do it, what to do, and so on. I'll show you when I get the tractor off the trailer. I put a whole new fuel system on it, and I'll show you that if I remember as soon as I get the tractor off the trailer. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that nut and bolt out that somebody stuck in there. And then we'll take out the other two bolts that hold the wheel to the hub. Then we'll take them off. What I did was I took a 1/4 inch ratchet with a short extension with a shallow socket. I put it behind there. I may get in your way to try to hold the ratchet back there. I will just try to get these off with the air gun. Sorry about the noise, but make sure this is in reverse. Wow, it was hardly even on there. No washer. So this is the setup I used. Now we'll put the nut and the bolt were 5/16, so I used a 1/2 inch setup. Now we'll put the 3/8 socket back on here and get the other two bolts out. This side I had a hubcap on it. These hubcaps are usually gone. So the tape popped that off. Where the openings are here, this is where the mounting bolts are. I took all the wheel mounting bolts. There was wheels on that other carcass tractor there. So I salvaged some stuff off that. So I don't know what the story with this was here. If that was stripped out or somebody lost the bolt, I don't know. We'll check it out and see. I got a nice nut and bolt out of the deal. That fits in there. I don't know which hole it was. I took the nut and the bolt out. I think it was over here, maybe. Would it be that we don't have to change the hub? It's supposed to be the short bolts anyway. Those bolts too long. So you gotta get 3 of the shorter bolts to go in each hole. That goes in pretty good. I don't know if it strips when you get to the putting the wheel on. I don't know. I'd dig a couple more of those bolts out. Yeah, I think this is the hole here. Maybe. I don't know. I might just try to tighten the bolts up before we put the wheel on, before these bolts go in there, because one might be stripped out. I apologize if the compressor comes on. Alright, so it seems that somebody lost the bolt. So we don't really have to change the hub. So I did all, well, I had to dig out some other parts back there anyway, but alright, I'll stick the wheel back on, I'll tighten it up, and then I want to show you what else I did off camera to this. Okay, so it's the next day now again. It went from 68 degrees yesterday working in a t-shirt to overnight it went down to 20 degrees. I think it's about 23 degrees right now. Alright, so the MTD snowblower that I have for sale, I've been keeping it in the storage here because the 61 was leaking gas. So I kept that on the trailer. But now that I put the new fuel system in, oh, that was nice. I just went into the plow. Okay, so I put a new fuel line. I replaced that whole thing. And then I put the inline fuel filter in it. And then I put the new fuel tap in. The fuel tap comes with like a screen. When you screw it to the tank, there's a screen. I ripped that off and just used the inline filter on that. So now I'm able to put this, I'll put these two in first. I doubt it's going to snow anymore, but I usually keep the plows on until like the first week of April. So, yeah, I'll put this one in first, second, and then I should be able to fit this one in. I might have to take the plow off that. And, I don't know, somehow when you pull everything out, I had to pull everything out so you get to the back to get the parts out that we need for the 61. I think I got it packed in good enough to fit everything back in here. But that's it for now. Well, how's that for packing everything in here? Everything just barely fit. Okay, so there's one more thing I want to go over before we close. It's supposed to warm up during the week, back into the 40s and 50s. And then we'll close this video finally. Okay, before we move on, okay, the hub nuts, you always want to make sure that they're tight. If you have a problem where it's loosening up, you can use a little Loctite on there. On my 61 primary Gravely that I used to have, the hub nut came loose and it actually ruined the inside of the hub. Luckily it didn't ruin the axle. The axle is made out of harder steel. I don't know what these hubs are made of. It seems like aluminum or something. And also, I just wanted to let you know that I always use Napa fuel line. It's very pliable, works good, lasts long. That's my opinion on that. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the roller rest. Okay, the roller rest is for if you want to pull your trailer or ride around with the sulky without an attachment on. So you would use the roller rest. I was more excited about getting this roller rest than getting the tractor and the attachments. Alright, so years ago I made one for it, for the tractors. And what I did was, it would have been nice if I had a lathe. I had to ground this down, this part, so it would fit into the front of the sulky. And I used a long bolt, nut and bolt, and the nut bottoms out, so it's not tightening up the whole thing, so it'll swivel. And then I took a bushing here to make up space. And also, this here is a GM caliper bushing out of an old GM car. I was able to use that. But the pain with this is that you have to take the ball. You have to remove the ball to use that system. Also, what I had to do is I had to grind this part out here so the sulky sits, so the tractor sits level after you put the sulky on it. But I was really glad to get this. What I did with this is I didn't want to put grease in here because it's a messy deal here. And the roller here, I just took some of this, this is all the WD and PB blaster. I think it was out of 3 cans that's wasted. Because what happens is the can always runs out of pressure. I'm sure they do that on purpose, so you chuck the can and go buy a new one. Because I remember years ago that never used to happen. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to I'll insert this. I'll pull a pin out. I use bolts. I'll pull a bolt out and insert this, and you want the big opening to be on top, and then I'll hook it up. I think we're going to start it up, do a cold start on it. We'll take it for a ride. Okay, so one thing I was noticing is because of the starter clutch, I was trying to put this in straight in, and you can't. So you kind of got to bring the tractor down a little bit and just slide it in there and just drop it down in the hole. So that's pretty good. We'll do a cold start on it. I think I'm able to hold the camera while we ride around. Let me make sure this battery. We still got to do the battery tray. I gotta get that situated. I gotta drill a hole in here. I don't even know if you're in view there right now, but I'm not gonna worry about that right yet. And we gotta make a hood mount for the new hood. We'll do that in the next video. If anybody wants to see the video, the last video I did on this about doing the head gasket on it, I'll leave a link in the description for you. I don't know, the tractor sits kind of low. Not liking that. You could always adjust these balls, son. Might have to do that. But I will turn the gas on. I got to get used to where the gas shut off is on here because we put a new one on. Oh boy, it's tight. I think we'll choke it. I noticed now that we fixed everything. it's easier to start with the choke. Plus I taped up this hose from the carburetor to the air cleaner. I looked in the back when we dug the parts out. I don't have one for it. So we'll throttle it up. Starter clutch is working pretty good. Alright, let me see if I can drive this thing holding the camera. It steers a lot easier when you don't have dual wheels on, that's for sure. See how it throttles up. It steers really easy. Turn the gas off. I noticed the needle isn't sealing good and it does leak oil. Here we go with the big wind. It's starting up now. Let me just put this bottle in here. Yeah, it's not that bad out today. It's in the 40s. It's not like it was the other day. Yeah. Alright, so next time what we're going to do is I have to do a little fabrication on the hood mount. We're going to take care of that. And maybe we'll do something with these rods here. I'm just going to put the hood back on as orange. So if anybody, I think I already mentioned it, has any suggestions on what to paint the orange hood, either red or white, let me know. The further we go, the more I just want to get everything mocked up on here. I'll probably end up taking this whole thing apart and restoring it This handlebar here, I showed you the handlebars before. I don't know if this one's bent too. I gotta decide what handlebars to use. And the primary thing right now is I want to work on the hood. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all on the next one, and take care.